Hi everyone, I'm Nicole from Neon Shed, and today I'm chatting with Amie from AD Connects, which is the recruitment company that Amie owns. We've been connected on LinkedIn for a while now, and what I love about you, Amie, is your unique, engaging and personalised approach. Thank you so much for being on this interview.
Oh, thanks so much for having me. I guess a little about myself is I started my business almost 3 years ago, which is really scary. Time is flying. And I guess my why was because I really wanted to make recruitment all about the people and not just a transaction. So I'm really excited to chat and hopefully help anyone in their job hunting process.
Wonderful, that's so lovely. I love that. Thank you. So as a previous hiring manager myself and an interview panel member, I remember receiving about 20 to 40 applications maximum when I was recruiting for roles. For really popular roles, I've seen up to about 120 applications. But the HR department or the recruitment company, they would really help with shortlisting candidates who were most suitable for the role. So in the end, I would still receive only about the 20 applications to review. But I was doing some research for training I'm running, and I found that there's almost 1 million Aussies currently unemployed, and recruiters are seeing sometimes up to 300 applications for roles. So I wanted to talk to you, Amie, to get a recruiter's perspective on the world and ask some questions that I've always wondered, which may help anyone looking for a job right now. So again, thank you for your time, and I'll jump straight into the questions. So how do you normally find candidates?
I post statuses on my LinkedIn. LinkedIn is probably my number one. I source people on LinkedIn, connect with them, send them, a friendly message, nothing too invasive or hardcore. And then I put it on my socials. I don't necessarily use Seek, but that's just me. I prefer to use LinkedIn. That's why I've got so many blogs on my LinkedIn is so important because it's your own personal branding and it's the way to market yourself. So it also allows, recruiters to find you and hiring managers. So yeah, LinkedIn is my number one tool. I'm basically on there all day, every day. So
Wow.
yeah. It's my number one over Instagram. My number one
Wonderful.
social.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's really interesting. I wasn't aware that some recruiters just look at LinkedIn, so that's really great to know. So thank you for that. What are some of the things that stop people from getting through that initial shortlist?
Well, again, I guess because I do all of my sourcing on LinkedIn, if a candidate's LinkedIn profile isn't up to date, it's not detailed enough, then I wouldn't even include them in my sourcing and I wouldn't reach out to them.
Okay.
And you really want recruiters reaching out to you because I know we have a bad rap, but we allow you to see jobs that you wouldn't necessarily find if you're scrolling Seek or even the jobs on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
We're really proactive in reaching out to people. So I guess if someone's LinkedIn isn't up to date, I would just probably leave them and not even send them a message.
Okay.
Same with the resume. If your resume is not up to date, it doesn't align with your LinkedIn, then again, I would just be like, okay, cool. They're not ticking my boxes that I need for my client. And then I'll just move on.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's very important that everything aligns.
And would I be correct in saying that you sometimes get roles that you don't advertise for? Like you'll get an employer asking you to recruit the right person into the role. So you might not always publish that on LinkedIn or go searching for people. You would just, find the right people for the role and yeah, without advertising, get the right person that way.
Definitely. Yeah. And I've used my network and also I literally chat to candidates 24/7 all day. And if a candidate's like, oh, that's not the right role for me, I'll be like, what is the right role for you? And then proactively talk to my clients and be like, hey, I've got this candidate. So I definitely don't always advertise on my statuses or my socials. I could just be talking to a candidate and be like, oh, actually you're great for this role. Not sure if they need anyone, but let's have a look and see. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
Great insights. I'm loving this interview. Thank you.
No, it's so fun. It's stuff that's just not like I just do this all the time. So it's good
Yeah.
to
Yeah, wonderful. And what holds candidates back? What do you find is some of the biggest things that hold them back?
I guess in the job hunting process, I am finding, because I help people with write their resumes and cover letters and LinkedIn, I do find that people, I can talk to them on the phone and I'm like, wow, you've got amazing experience. And then they send me their resume or their cover letter and I look at their LinkedIn and it does not align. People do not know how to sell themselves. They really undersell themselves. And especially with the market with COVID, I think people's confidence has kind of taken a bit of a hit and they don't realize how amazing they really are. So, and I guess they find the process quite daunting of what to include, what not to include. Something as simple as having your resume really flow with the layout. Mm-hmm. So I think that overall, is their confidence and just selling yourself. Like, people don't realize how amazing and great they are and what they've actually done. So
yeah. And you did touch on a point there that I'd like to just expand a little bit more. How has the market changed? What have you seen the biggest changes are since March this year?
I mean, it's just a completely different market. It used to be a very candidate market in terms of you had the complete control and clients would be really struggling. I would get these unicorn roles all the time. And I'd be like, okay, cool, I'm going to go try find your little unicorn. And, you know, then the clients would be like, well, we need someone ASAP. So they'd hire someone that wasn't necessarily their unicorn. But now it's definitely a client market. They can be extremely picky. Like, this unicorn is now a unicorn on, I don't know, it's insane now. So candidates really need to make sure that they are standing out. You know, there's over 100 people applying for roles. So you really have to make sure that your resume is A, getting in front of a client, and B, even getting looked at, because clients just don't have the time. So that's super important. Also for me, I guess it's changed in terms of people working from home. I can talk to a lot more people. People are doing Zoom interviews. No one really knows how to prepare for that. So it's a different game changer. It's, you know, even culturally trying to make friends with people. If you do start a new job, everyone's rotating. So it's, I guess everyone's just kind of, you know, creating new rules now because everything is different. That being said, though, I do feel from March, these past probably month, there's a lot more roles on. So if you are looking for a job, please don't, you know, be scared that you're going to be out of a job for very long, because the market is definitely picking up. It is just a bit more competitive. So you really have to make sure that you stand out.
Yeah. Okay. Great tips. And you said 100 applications just before. Is that how many applications you're receiving for roles at the moment?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, definitely. I'm getting probably 50 connections a day on LinkedIn. My phone is non-stop going off. People just asking about roles, or even just asking for advice of what to do. And yeah, people wanting their resumes done. It's a lot. Usually I'd post a role and I'd be lucky to even get one person sometimes even reply to these, you know, crazy roles I had on. And now I'm just inundated and I'm sending over, you know, 10 candidates as opposed to just sending over 2. So it just goes back to the thing where clients have a lot of choice now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. And it's just a different ballgame.
So one of the things I've also never been quite sure of is, and this may have changed as well, but should I call or email a recruiter when a job is advertised or when you post something on LinkedIn? Does calling a recruiter or calling yourself, does it give you a competitive edge?
I think whatever feels comfortable for you. I mean, I love to talk on the phone. I also love a message. So I'm someone that you can call, or you can write a message or email, whatever really feels comfortable, or, you know, reach out on Instagram if that's your go-to. But it really just depends on you. I mean, I personally love it when someone calls me, because I love that human interaction and they're an actual person, you know, rather than just a email. But if you feel comfortable writing an email, then it's completely up to you.
Okay.
But don't be scared of us. We love to hear from you.
Great. And that leads on to my next question. How often should people keep in touch with recruiters or yourself?
I mean, I think I've made this point 100 times in the past 5 minutes, but I'm on my phone 24/7, which is very sad. But you can literally reach out to me whenever, even if you're not even looking for a role, if you're looking just for someone to talk to, or if you're just, you know, feeling a little down in your job hunting process. Even before COVID, finding a new job or a new role, or you know, switching careers is scary, and you just kind of want someone in your corner. So I'm always around to just have a quick chat, send you a message, you know, just brighten your spirits or something. My Instagram, I've got loads of, you know, motivation quotes and everything. Because it's a different market, but still the process is still the same. It's still scary.
Yeah, 100%. Yes. And last question, what are your thoughts on pants?
I mean, if you feel more confident not wearing your pants, then don't in an interview. Now, you know, these Zoom interviews, it's very different. I personally got jeans on today, but some people might feel more comfortable. They might feel more confident and in their power in their undies. So whatever floats your boat.
Personal preference, right?
Exactly.
So before we sign off, what are some of the services that you offer? I know you've touched on those, but just to kind of wrap it up, what are some of the services that you can provide clients and candidates?
Yeah, of course. Number one, recruitment. I do in-house recruitment, so I'll consult. And then also just normal recruitment, filling roles. And then for candidates, I offer writing services. So I can help you either update or write your resume, cover letter, or LinkedIn profile from scratch. Give you some insights on the best way to, you know, get your resume noticed. And I also offer coaching. So especially around, you know, building up your confidence, how to best prepare for an interview, and all of that.
Okay.
So yeah.
So for those of you who are watching in that don't know, we're in Australia right now. So are there specific locations that you focus on for clients and candidates, or now with our digital world, you're kind of Australia-wide, or is there a focus area?
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's one benefit of everyone being online now, is I can kind of work wherever, but I am based in Sydney, but before COVID, I was working Melbourne and Brisbane, and now I'm kind of doing all over.
Okay.
So so that is one positive, I guess, from all of this. But and now it's easily accessible to be contacting people in Perth or, you know, South Australia or something. So
yeah. Okay, great. And what's the best way people can get in touch with you? I think I've heard LinkedIn a few times.
I think LinkedIn. I think definitely LinkedIn. But yeah, everything's on my LinkedIn, all my socials, my website, my email, my phone number. So yeah, just add me on LinkedIn, and yeah, just stalk me out. I love to be stalked. It's a nice change.
And I'll include a link with this video as well, so people can get in touch with your LinkedIn pretty easy too. So thank you so much for your time again today, Amie. And for any job seekers out there, take luck out of the equation, register for my upcoming training, and get in touch with Amie so we can help you get that job.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. See ya.
Thanks.